Hello, everyone. This is Chris Williams from Adventuring Wheels Up. A little while ago, I put up a video explaining how upset I was with the VA and them not taking action with my mental health and getting appointments and this, that, or the other. Basically, what they did is they told me it was going to be 4 months to be able to see somebody. I tried getting community care. For those of you not aware, community care is where you use the private sector to be able to get mental health. I've lost all faith in the VA. There were several reasons why besides that, but I was extremely upset. And I've got some better news today. Now, I did send off a letter to the 2 senators. I don't know if this made a difference or not, but I got a call back from somebody who was doing a depression class with me and told me he was just checking up on me. It had been a while since he spoke and wanted to make sure I didn't feel left behind. And I found that awful convenient. That was the day after I contacted my senators, and he set me up with the person that was in charge of my appointments for the mental health. She is a psychologist. She is a very sweet person, a very good person. She'd actually contacted me in the past, and I wasn't able to contact her through the secure messaging systems, so I thought maybe she no longer worked there. Well, lo and behold, she sends me a message 10 minutes before she leaves. I'm a little bit upset about that. This is on a Friday evening. Then on Monday, I try to get a hold of her and no answer to the phone. I'm thinking, okay, same old, same old. Maybe her being nice before was just an act. But no, I finally get a hold of her on Tuesday. She calls me while I'm in the middle of talking with my psychologist, who I'm paying for out of pocket. And I let her know that I'm in a meeting. I need to get back in touch with her. And I call her right back afterwards. Sure enough, she picks up the phone. And because I do have experience with her, and she is extremely sweet and has helped me in the past, I figured, well, she has a little bit of credibility. And if it hadn't been for that, she'd have lost credibility with me. And I'm not sure I would have listened to her. But she told me she can get me in to see a psychologist right away. Actually, it's going to be October 9th, which is just over a week away. And right after that, I'm going to have a meeting with her for an hour. Be able to discuss where I'm at, what I'm trying to do, where I'm going. Not only that, but she set me up with the peer-to-peer group for vets. And in my opinion, vets helping vets is the best solution. And so I am really excited about that. I'm going to my first meeting tomorrow. And they do also events like bowling. Now, my knees and back are bad enough I can't do bowling, but I can show up. Fishing, and they do other events as well. But basically, it puts you around other veterans who have the same type of problems you do, and you talk to each other. And you help work things out, which I think is a very good solution with that. I got a call from the person who put me in there. I was told that she's going to put me into the job placement program, which will allow me to either be able to find a way to be able to get a job that they have available for veterans, be able to get more education so I can find a job, or set me up working for myself or owning my own business. She fast-tracked me into that. In fact, I have a call with a social worker who is going to talk to me to figure out what my job skills are and what I want to do. And that is exciting for me because one of the things me and my psychologist did discuss is the fact that I do need a purpose. I need something to be able to do. I need to be able to get out of the house. Because there are several days that several times I don't get out of the house for a whole week. Don't even go through the front door. In fact, today I got out of the front door to go to an American Legion meeting of a Legion I didn't belong to. It was a coffee meeting. And I didn't feel like going, but I knew I needed to get out of the house. So being able to do this, being around veterans, being able to tell some of our war stories, talk about life in the military, talk about life outside the military is going to be great. And after that, I'm going to be able to discuss what type of jobs I want with the social worker, explain what it is I'm looking for, what I can do, what my skills are, what I'm not good at. And one of the things I'm not good at is attention to detail, for example. So I want to stay away from jobs that are attention to detail. I am retired, so I don't need to make as much money as I did in the past. I can be a little bit picky about what type of jobs I want. And I also want to be able to have time to be able to volunteer for the veterans organizations, the VFW and the American Legion in particular. And I'm trying to learn a little bit more about DAV. And I'm also a member of a group called Casper Vets, which is unaffiliated. But I want to be able to try to do that, and I want to try to keep up with these videos. I want to be able to encourage you guys to be able to do things and be able to help out. Now, being able to go through these, what she has done for me, and being able to set me up to find out what I'm good at, what I'm not good at, what I want to do, what freedoms I want to have, what I'm not willing to put up with, is going to help me in a lot of ways. It's going to give me a little bit of self-confidence back that I've lost. It's going to help me. I'm going to try to be able to increase the relationships with my friends and my family. I'm going to try to reduce the anger that I have, because I've noticed my anger creeping up worse and worse over the past few years, particularly these last couple months since I retired. And I was told, again, a big part of that is because I don't have a purpose, I don't have a reason, and I need a why. I need something to be able to do. I need to be able to have a reason to go out, and part of that is going to be volunteering, and I'm hoping part of that is going to be work, and I'm going to learn how to be able to meld all that together through meetings with a psychologist and find out what's really important and be able to get together and be able to do things. One of the other things I want to do is I want to be able to help other veterans. I want to make sure they don't have to go through all the BS that I went through. This right here took me a total of about 9 months to be able to get done. There is no reason in the world it should have taken 9 months. It's going down the right path now, but hey, it would have been a lot easier for me had I had a little bit of money saved up, or I wouldn't have gone through a lot of the headaches that I went through if I would have been able to get this done in 9 months ago, almost immediately. And I would have thought with a combat veteran that's disabled with PTSD and several other issues that they would have worked a little bit harder to make this available to me and make sure that I knew about them. But I will use every resource available, and I'm hoping that things go well with the VA, because my confidence is still a little bit shot with them. But there is one thing you need to know. There are people in the VA who do want to help. Not everybody's against us. And some of them are willing to go above and beyond. And some of them are willing to do things to be able to calm you down. And some of them do want to make certain you have the best life possible, and will do everything they can to ensure that. Now, there are some people who are there just to collect a paycheck. That's with any job that you have. And unfortunately, a small percentage of the people are trying to save the government money. They think they're doing a good job by trying to reduce the help to the veterans, whether it be denying their ability to be able to get disability, or being able to deny their treatments, or stay within budget. But they do a lot of things where they're not necessarily trying to hurt the veteran, but they're trying to help the government, and they think help the people. And a lot of those people take a look at it as, are these people really disabled? What they don't realize is a disabled person would much rather be 100% enabled than be able to get a disability check. I would love it if I had absolutely no disabilities at all from the military. I would love it if I could use my knees. I'd love it if my back was good. I'd love it if I didn't have any mental problems. I would love for all those things to happen, but they existed, and I'm not going to complain about it because I love my country, and I signed a contract saying I was willing to give things up, and I was willing to do what they told me to do, and I was willing to go where they told me to go in defense of this great nation, and to be able to support the best interest of this nation. Therefore, it doesn't bother me that I have all that. I mean, I wish it didn't, but it bothers me when I get the feeling that people think, hey, he's making extra money from disabilities, or he's getting extra help people aren't getting, and we need to reduce the cost. We need to cut in those costs. No, we need to reduce the 22 veterans a day committing suicide. We need to reduce the number of homeless people living out on the streets. Now, they do a good job with that in allowing them to, helping them find places, but a lot of people that are on the streets are disconnected from society, whether it be from drugs or whether it be from PTSD. And we need to be able to find a way to figure out what those problems are and get them connected back to society. We need to do everything we can to make sure that veterans are doing as well with personal businesses, or with a job, or getting educated, or helping their families out. And I'm going to tell you right now, while I really appreciate what's been done for me, what that has done is put a fire under me to make certain I do everything I can to be able to help other veterans be able to get what they need, what they deserve, and what they've earned. In my opinion, they've earned quite a bit when they sign a contract willing to give everything up, including their lives, and a lot of times put their families second to the military in order to get the job done. That's impressive to me. And to me, that means they already paid it forward and deserve to be able to make certain that they don't have to worry about a lot of things, and they deserve the medical care, they deserve the mental health treatment, and they need to make sure that their family is taken care of. And I am going to start doing everything I can to be able to help that. Another thing I plan on doing as well is start taking care of myself a little bit. Maybe start working out. That'll hopefully help with some of the pains. And not only that, will help me have something to do, and it'll increase the endorphins in me while I'm working out, which will make me feel a lot better about myself and give me a natural quote unquote high. For example, you have a runner's high when you continually run. A lot of people run just for that reason, so they can get the runner's high. Well, I plan on doing a little bit of exercises to be able to reduce some weight, build up muscles where I need to. A lot of them is going to be core muscles, so you're not going to see them, and make sure that I'm in better health, and make sure that not only am I in better health, but the years I have left are better years than what they would be if I didn't take care of myself. And I do plan on doing that as well. But throughout the route, I plan on making sure that I get out in society, get out of my house, go different places, see friends, call people on the phone, and consciously make an effort to make certain that I take care of myself, not only physically, but also mentally, and get out and do things. And also at the same time, be able to help others do the same. Make sure you're able to get out of the house. Say that, hey, even though I've got these problems, I'm able to do this. You're going to watch Sean and I do a whole bunch of fun things. There's a lot of things we have in the works for you. And we did one video already. I was going to a cigar bar, which is pretty fun. That was one of the happiest days I've seen Sean, was when we left the cigar bar. We went to a car show. Unfortunately, didn't make a video of it, but we had a great time just checking it out and see what we wanted to do. We're going to do great interviews. We have an interview with Pet Rescue by Judy coming up, having her explain how pets are going to help veterans or help disabled people, and how they can do things that humans can't. And sometimes they can be trained to do things for them that they need to have done. And that is actually one interview that I'm really looking forward to. Judy is a spitfire. She is a fun lady and somebody that I look forward to seeing. But we're going to be doing a lot of things showing that, hey, you can get out of the house and do whatever. All of it's not going to be action. A lot of it's going to be interviews, or it's going to be going to, like we did with the cigar bar, but we're going to be doing a lot of things, and we really look forward to that. But the most important thing to know is no matter how hard things get, there are always people that will help you out. You do have to take care of yourself. You have to fight for yourself. I had to fight a long time to get the things that I got that I believe I deserve. And they're going to help me be able to get a job. They're going to help me get my head back on straight. And other veterans that will help you out. I had a veteran who called me up when I explained what was happening just to make sure I was okay. Make sure I wasn't one of the ones 22'd myself. And that's what we need to do. We need to contact our veteran friends. We need to contact people we served with. We need to support their businesses and do everything we can to be able to help both veterans and people that don't have all the abilities that we may have. I can complain all I want to about not doing things, but Sean, for example, he's got a spinal cord injury. He's confined to a wheelchair all the time, and he still manages, instead of blaming anybody else for the problems, finds a way to do as many things as he can. And that's what we want you guys to do, to have you see us do it, and we look forward to you to being involved. Please do leave some comments so we know that you've enjoyed this video, and tell us what you think. Like the video and share the video. But I do look forward to talking to you again. But I figured I had to make this video, since the other one was so bad, about the VA, to say that, hey, there are people in the VA that do help. There are people that will fight for you. And there are ways to get things done. And don't be afraid to fight for yourself, even when it seems like everything is going the way. Until next time, this is Chris Williams with Adventuring Wheels Up, and Wheels Up, everybody.